just,
Yes.
I don't think I would ever do
I
that.
heard that too
Yeah,
lately.
Yes,
Yes, I did.
yes.
I was very surprised about it.
Yeah, for a man to actually do that right there.
Yes.
But they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're doing it. In fact, I tried to talk some out of it. The guy, that guy's not letting go. He said, "No, I'm gonna get 10,000."
And sometimes you never know why a person is getting married if you don't know them long enough.
Sure.
Also, I think that I believe in that paper, and another reason why is because a lot of times you don't anticipate the divorce, but when it does happen, it brings up ugliness.
Yes.
And it's always money. And the children get hurt.
Sure.
And the husband, a lot of times, is not worried, and women too,
Sure.
so it's not just the men, but a lot of times the men, they're angry, I made the living, I did the money, I did this, and now you want to leave me?
Yeah.
And then they take the money away from the children as well.
Sure,
And I've been through this with my children.
Yeah. I've heard many
And that's
women,
why I think everybody should have a prenup.
Yeah. Okay, but now, all right, if I was, let's say, 22 years old, I went to college, met a young lady in school.
Yes.
All right. And I got married, 2 years after graduation from college.
Okay.
Got my BA, I got going for my master's, and I get married. I wouldn't think of a prenup then.
Right.
I wouldn't think, it would be totally out. But from the way things stand today,
It's a different
you've
world.
journeyed. You know what I mean? You journeyed basically by yourself, and people have journeyed along with you.
Correct.
And then for someone, to just come on in. And okay, what would we call this here in terms of, like, let's say you're a successful woman. You get married later in life, okay, or remarry later in life. You come along with the things that you've accumulated over the years.
That's right.
Exactly.
You marry someone you love, and and they don't have economically what you have.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
So then you got family members wondering, and if you should die, if you should die,
Right.
you're going to have family members sitting around saying, wow, he's going to be on easy street. Now he got the house, he got this, that, and the other, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever. How do you do that? What do we do there?
I think that, like she said, I agree with Esther as well with the prenup. But not only that, it's important for us to have a will in place as well, so that we can say who's going to get what. Because a lot of times at our age, in our 40s or what have you, we've accumulated things, but we have children that may not be even our mate's children. And so we want to leave something, an inheritance for our children. We just don't
But what should you leave the new man? I mean, if you just got married, let's say you got married, and you fill out this will, and you're happy. You're happy in marriage, so you clap your hands.
Well, I would go by what have him and I attained together.
Okay.
And as well as I would probably also provide him, let him have the house.
Okay.
But wills can always be changed.
That's the truth.
That's why a prenup is better.
It's better than a will.
Well, no, you need a will also
Need a will.
because of
Yeah,
your
that's it.
estates and taxes
Sure,
and
sure.
inheritance. But I think you need both.
Right.
Prenup
That's right.
and the will. Okay,
Yes.
but if you got married to this man,
Mm-hmm.
and you're in love, but he economically he don't have what you have, but you got kids,
Right.
and some of these kids today they're taking claim on things, like they said that the house there is part mine. Some of these kids are there taking claim on things, and then sudden death.
Is this a second marriage?
Second, maybe be first for some people, because some people never been married. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the idea is that what do you do then? How do you?
Well, do you think it would be wrong for you to discuss before you even die with your family, your children, what it is your intentions are with the items that you have accumulated? I don't think it's wrong for you to tell your children what you have in mind to do.
But everybody, but Denise,
of course, you can change.
but everybody is not. They don't want to hear that kind of truth.
Well,
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. That's, everybody don't want to hear that. That like there's a level of silliness that goes along in relationship too. Even in strong love, we don't want to know
That's
the
right.
whole thing. You
That's
understand?
right.
We know
That's right.
something we
We
keep
have
it,
to hold back.
hold
yes.
back on things. But
Yes.
now, are we evolving into a world where we got to put it all on the table?
I think before you go into the marriage, you should put something there on both ends, both parts, especially if you have children. Now, you don't always have to leave any of your money to your children, but most people want to. That's what they work for, to make a better life.
If I married a woman in her 40s, of course I wouldn't marry her outside. I ain't gonna marry no kid. You can get that. I've had my young days. You ain't got to worry about that. I ain't one of those kind of men. You know what I mean? I salute the young and this, that, and other. God bless you. But I'm not, I'm not rolling up on that thing there, because I tell you right now, boy, there's a whole lot of confusion come along. It's like I tell young men often tell them, they wonder, are you jealous of them? I said, no, I'm not jealous of you and your happy times you think you're having, because I know that I've been there. You understand me?
Right.
I've been with the many before, coming to save and everything. I've been with the many and still been alone. You understand me?
Yes,
so I understand.
Yes.
Understand now. I understand 3 dates and you still go home alone.
Yes, that's
yes.
I understand being just alone. You understand
Absolutely.
me? All by yourself. You're in a house full of people. I know how that is. That's real pain. You talking about pain?
Yes.
That's real pain now, all right?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is this here is, if I married a woman in 40-something, 50-something, and we're happy, and she should die, and she have all these different, things, cars, house, boats, whatever the case may be, I would wonder what her family would think if, they thought that I was going to get all that right there. And that right there would make me uncomfortable. I remember some years ago, I was dating a mature woman, and I said, well, and then we talked about, of course, marriage. I said, well, I think that you should leave everything to your daughter. I think you should, which I did. I would enjoy the daughter and everything. I said, I think you should leave everything to your daughter, outside the pictures or whatever that we take, whatever. And what I'll do is I'll leave everything to my family. But it seemed to me, Denise, that it was all right when I said to leave everything to your daughter. But when I said I'm going to leave everything to my family, then it became an issue.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It became crazy.
Right.
Now, why is that? Help me.
But the law states that if you are married, even second time,
Yes.
that it would be, as a first marriage, you would have to split it 50-50. Now, when the will comes in, whoever has children can leave their end of the will estate to their children.
So they can leave. All right. So if you're married, you're saying, and a woman has kids, or the man had kids, then if he died, he can leave his portion of it
yes.
to his kids.
Yes.
Or you can leave your portion to your kids.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you can do that by law.
Okay.
I have that in my family. The father remarried. She has a child. But my ex-husband, he has worked very hard his whole life. And he has a lot of money. And I think it belongs to my children and my grandchildren.
Sure.
Because she didn't put any money into it, even though she has her own business. Her money's hers, his money's his. But when I believe that if anything should happen, that my children should get whatever whatever is his.
Sure.
She can take whatever is hers on whatever houses that they own together. She's entitled to half, but she's not entitled to the whole estate. No, and that's the law.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where things get kind of mixed up, because I just don't like I just don't like uncomfortable situations.
Right.
I really, especially when it's dealing with emotion like this,
You're
I get scared.
And because I can see it in my own family, because as they're getting of age now, and the father being 74,
yes,
and things aren't exactly wonderful because they're not living together. She's never lived with him.
Oh man.
Yes, and it's kind of hurtful.
So why did he get married?
Well, we don't know.
I don't know.
We're not sure. We thought that they would live together, but they never
But
have. And it's been 18 years now.
But do everybody understand? And I guess being out here single, you just want to bring that day in, because I tell you, it's rough out here. You meet people of strange characteristics. Let me just say.
Yes, that is true.
And money really makes people ugly sometimes.
Yeah, they get ugly, boy. Don't
Yes.
they? Talk about your mama too.
You can take my kids, like
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's, whoever.
Yeah.
But I want the money.
You want
You
the
can
money?
have the kids. I'll take the money, and that's what it comes down to sometimes, and
boy,
it's
ain't
very
it wild?
sad.
Yeah, so it's very sad. So what can we do to make a better place? I mean, I think, what I think? I really do believe. Prenup, yes.
Is one aspect.
It's great. It's a great aspect, but I don't know that the people are mature enough or act mature enough to accept it.
I agree with that.
You know,
especially someone who's looking for money will not sign it probably.
I would sign one in a minute because I want to enjoy the time that we have together. And I don't want your kids mad at me. They don't need to be spitting in my food. Give it to me, you know what I mean?
Right.
They put all kinds of poison in my food. That's all right. I want my food the way it is. Don't worry, take it off. Just take it off. But that's the kind of person I am. It kind of surprised me when I run into some of my old women friends from years ago, and they telling me, man, that their husbands want half of the pension and
that's sad.
Suing a woman for the pension.
That's sad.
That's deep, boy.
Yes, it just goes to show what time we living in and how things has really changed. And when men were providers and they wanted to provide, they always wanted to make sure that the wife and the children was always taken care of, even if they weren't on the scene. And so now we're seeing that things are flipping.
That's right.
And so therefore, with the change, men and women have to change. But it's important for us to be wise, and those that know the word of God, we are directed differently. But then there's those who do things other ways and stuff. So
well, a guy I know told me, he said, well, he said, Pastor, the reason why you don't believe in suing a woman for pension because you just a male chauvinist. I said, is that right? How we told me, he said, I was a male chauvinist. He said that you ignorance. He said, because you wanna be the man, you just want to be the man. You want to dig the hole yourself in the ground. You don't want her to change her flat tire. You want to rescue her and everything. He said, but I'm going to tell you something. The world has changed.
Well, men used to feel good that they were able to change this tire for the
but
woman.
What happened?
To bring home the bacon. And she cooks it. I love that.
Yeah. We did, but let me say this right here, and I know we only got like 2 minutes left.
Pastor, I'm surprised you're still single.
Yeah.
There are many women out there are going to be looking for you.
That's what I'm trying to say right now.
But I think that's a great thing.
Without a doubt,
Not only you are handsome too.
Thank you. Keep hope alive now. Keep hope change your Bible. Yes, we can. I hope we can. But let me say this right here. I'm just looking and I'm just saying, it's just something how things have changed. But some women don't want you to hold the door for them. Some women get, I've tried to rescue many women with my shovel in the winter as they trying to park their cars, and I come there with the big shovel in my hand and everything, and go to shovel. They don't want your help. You understand?
Yes,
but somewhere I heard this right here where a woman said this to a very rich man. And he climbed up the fire escape, right? And she used to be a prostitute. He climbed up the fire escape to save her, right? He said he run up the fire escape. He said, I run up here to save you. So she said after he gave her the flower, she said, what did you do then? She said, I saved you back. And that was Pretty Woman. Keep hope alive.